Okay, hello from Salzburg. This is Martin. I will just briefly at the end of this meeting today show you a little bit where you can find more information regarding things that have been mentioned and a couple of things we have already performed. So we look quickly into the events, what we have done so far, and what is planned in the near future and where you find materials. So in principle, we always take care during these online events, which are, for this instance, is also a great format because easily accessible and quickly done. Gathered, actually, no traveling necessary. So we put everything online, and I will briefly run through these sources where you would find more information. Good. Thomas has just mentioned the NanoCommons User Guidance Handbook, and there is also a subpage for the training courses. In principle, much of this information collected there is training resource already. But however, we also have training courses, and there were two big ones. I would say where we had entire days. These were done in cooperation with the Nano Safety Cluster, certainly with the working group A on education, training and communication. And the second one, so the first one was a year ago at the Nano Safe Digital Conference, and the second one was the so-called Venice meeting, which was not Venice, it was actually in the end, it also went online. So this resource, everything has been captured there from all the sessions that were there. Good. Also in our events calendar that Thomas has already shown, when you go to the NanoCommons web page, there is events, previous events, and there you would find the list of all the things that you have done. And if you go there, if they are still if they are not previous events, so planned events, then you would find registration links. And if the event has already happened, you would find a way how to get access to the resources that were kind of captured there. So one of the resources which we are using is Zenodo. So we put everything onto Zenodo. All the slides shows usually go onto Zenodo, and also eventually the links to the YouTube videos, because there is a NanoCommons YouTube channel, and also the Nano Safety Cluster YouTube channel captures lots of these training events. Yeah, we also link to other resources, which is the Elixir test. And I just want to show here quickly that also our events are listed here, and then also cross-connected to the relevant information and the resources that are captured in the different sources to facilitate, of course, entry points from different disciplines. I mean, we need to see also the future that the nano community wants to get out to different communities and wants to reach out, and therefore tries to connect at all possible stages. Good. I have mentioned already the Venice School. We had a list of different sessions there, and within this risk governance session, quite interestingly, we also showed a little bit on the use of the NanoCommons knowledge base. So it was in this at this incident, it was myself. Dieter has in his video already mentioned our case study that we did together with the UCD people and with Biomax, where we tried to correlate and align experimental data with in silico prediction methods. And we captured the entire workflow that we did in this experimental to informatics workflow, these tool sets that we also have integrated. We tried to access everything via the NanoCommons knowledge base, and then also uploaded the data that were generated from the experimental assays, but also all of them from the in silico prediction methods. Basically, this was this workflow. So we started with nanomaterial synthesis, so had to define our nanomaterials there, and then also deposited physicochemical characterization, did get access to the nano extract-based TM image analysis, and then went also on to this protein corona formation prediction software use, and then comparison to the in vitro results that we have obtained. So this is one example, and you may generate many more examples. It's quite fascinating in particular in respect to gap filling, to enrich data sets with in silico tools that are available, and to help a little bit against the fragmented data scenery that we are seeing in the nanomaterial assessment field. So this is just one screenshot from this video where I try to, in my, I guess, understandable for experimental researchers, how to define nanomaterials in the knowledge base, upload the material characterization data, including complete metadata sets. So this is something that we took quite a care of, that we wanted to have really as much as possible to be documented there, because there is a great need for that. We have iterated that before anyway. I would like to also announce and maybe advertise a bit our Friday training instance sessions that are on the instance mapping. You have seen quite some instance maps already today for the experimentalists, and there is a currently ongoing initiative led by Thomas, and other people, of course, are also involved in that, to help people using this tool. So there is an instance map drawing tool, which is just depicted here, basically where you can try to design your project, your experimental setup in a way. And then you can, of course, get into integrating that into a kind of eventually electronically supported upload mechanism into a database resource. What's coming next? A couple of training events are planned already, and during the past break, we have seen them listed anyway. Just a few words on them. You see here Ineke Malsch, and she's going to run on the 18th of November. This is going to be a Thursday, and a quite interesting demonstration of a case study that she conducted for Nano in dentistry on this ethic impact assessment tool, which was generated, and that is, of course, also included into our frameworks. I have mentioned already, and it was covered before, please take care, it's December 2nd and not December 9th, as Dieter was saying in the video, on the NanoCommons knowledge base, how to find all data for one nanomaterial across multiple data sources. We will run again through and in much more detail than also through all these kind of facilities. So you see here, for example, ontologies where you can link your defined nanomaterials and your parameters that you have determined to the ontology terms. You have the capacity to find them there. So we are going to see this in much more detail in these 2 hours on December 2nd. Semantic annotation is also a very important thing, and we have specialists, Egon Willinghagen's group in our consortium, that are going to have a 2 days event, two afternoon events, I would say, at the 8th and the 9th of December, the entire afternoon. And you see here, these guys are really having quite good capacity to get to the point regarding quite complicated, I'm an experimentalist, quite complicated matters, which is Sparkle and RDFs and stuff like that. We have had a number of sessions on such type of things, and you are invited to go to our events webpage, and you would find some materials there, and can, for example, in preparation to this workshop already watch a video where, for example, Amar or Marvin are already explaining. Also, it was a featured item at the education day of the Nano Safety Cluster past year. Good, and then we are going to push further electronic laboratory notebooks, integration of data or facilitated integration of data or powered into the NanoCommons knowledge base. So a couple of things have now been solved, which were a little bit complicated in former times, but are running now through the NanoCommons activities. And we are going to have 2 sessions. So the first one is going to be a demo of the NanoCommons powered features of electronic laboratory notebooks. And the second one, this is going to be run by Tassos Papadiamantis. And the second one is then getting a little bit further by hands-on training and using your experimental workflows and integrating them into the workflow. Useful links at the as a kind of final slide. So once again, NanoCommons User Guidance Handbook, the training events in our infrastructure, the Elixir tests, the NanoCommons community at Zenodo, the channel at YouTube where all the recordings are deposited. And if you want to get more and get regular invitations to all that and more, which is provided by other projects too, please join the mailing list of the Nano Safety Cluster Working Group A, because we are always announcing this via this Nano Safety Cluster Working Group, in addition, of course, to other channels of promotion. Thank you, and back to you, Thomas.